Hello dear students, welcome to my science class. We were discussing chapter separation of substances, which is the fifth chapter of class 6 NCERT book. So we have discussed the different separation methods, and we have also discussed what is a saturated solution, how can we increase the solubility of substance. Now there is an activity, the last activity of this chapter, in which let's see what we have to do. Take two glasses and pour half a cup of water in each of them. Add a teaspoonful of salt to one glass and stir till the salt dissolves. Go on adding salt 1 teaspoon at a time till the solution saturates. Record the number of spoons of salt that dissolve in water in table 5.2. Now repeat the same activity with sugar. Repeat this with some other substance that are soluble in water. So in this activity we have to make a saturated solution just of water, just half a cup of water, not more than that. And we have to observe how much solid or how much solute we have dissolved in it. I believe that you all know or you all remember what is a solute, what is a solvent, and what is a solution. I'm telling you again, a solute is a substance which is dissolved in the liquid. So here solute is salt or sugar is the solute. Now what is solvent? The liquid in which the solute is being dissolved is called as a solvent. So here water is a solvent and solution. What is a solution? The mixture which is formed by dissolving a solute into a solvent is called as a solution. So the solution is salt water or sugar water is a solution. So in this activity, what we have done, we have created made a solution, a saturated solution of salt and sugar, or if you want you can make a solution of any other substance which is soluble in water, and we have to note down how much solute or salt or sugar is required to make that solution saturated. So do you find that water dissolves different substances in different amounts? Yes, this is true. Every solute has a different the water or the solvent has a different capability of dissolving different solutes. That means different amount of salt will be required to create a saturated solution of salt water, and different amount of sugar will be required to create a saturated solution of sugar solution. And we can increase the solubility by increasing the temperature. We can heat the water or the solvent to dissolve more amount of solute, but as the solution will cool down, what will happen? The extra solute which is dissolved in the water will come out and it will settle down. So our chapter is over. Last paragraph of this chapter says we have discussed a few methods of separating substances. Some of the methods of separation presented in this chapter are also used in a science laboratory. We have also learned that a solution is prepared by dissolving a substance in a liquid. So this you can highlight: a solution is prepared by dissolving a substance in a liquid, and a solution is said to be saturated. A solution is said to be saturated if it cannot dissolve more of the substance in it. So this is important, and in this chapter we have studied why separation of substances is done, why it is done. First point, to remove impurities. second, to remove harmful chemicals or substances, and thirdly, to obtain two different useful components separately. So this is the purpose of separation. Now the different methods of separation we have studied in this chapter are: first is hand picking, which is based on the particle size and when the particles are larger in size. Then second is threshing to separate grains from the stalk. Third is winnowing, which is based on the principle that the two particles which are being separated have different weights. Then the next method was sieving, in which we have to separate two substances having different sizes. Then next we have studied sedimentation, decantation and filtration, which is based on the principle that few substances are soluble in water while few are insoluble in water. And then the last was evaporation. What is evaporation? It is the conversion of water into vapors or water vapors, and this procedure is helpful because water evaporates and most of the solids, they remain in the vessel or in the container. So in this way, these are the different methods of separation we have studied. Then we have studied that we can not dissolve any amount of substance in water. We can dissolve till the saturation level of water is reached. That means after water becomes saturated with the solution, like if we have made a saturated solution of salt, we cannot dissolve more of salt. Or if we have prepared a saturated solution of sugar, then we cannot dissolve more sugar. So this was, and yes, the last and the important point, water dissolves different substances in different amounts. So to make it is not necessary that if 35 grams of salt is required to make a saturated solution of water, then sugar will be required in the same amount. This varies from solute to solute or from substance to substance. In this chapter, we have studied these important topics like churning of milk to obtain butter. Churning is the process of mixing milk or moving it in a way so that the butter separates from butter and buttermilk, they separate from each other. Then condensation. What is condensation? Condensation is the process of conversion of water vapors to water when it is cooled down. And with the help of condensation, we can obtain water, pure form of water. Then decantation. It is a method of separation in which sedimentation and decantation is a method of separation in which two substances can be separated by dissolving in water. The substance which is insoluble in water will settle down as sediment, while the substance which is soluble in water will form a solution of water, and we can tilt the vessel to obtain the liquid in the other vessel. And this process of tilting of the vessel to obtain the solution in the other vessel is called as decantation. Then evaporation, it is the conversion of water into water vapors by heating. Then filtration, I have already told, filtration is the method using a filter paper or a strainer to separate a liquid from a solid, like we separate tea leaves from tea. Then I have already explained hand picking, a saturated solution. What is a saturated solution? A solution in which we cannot dissolve more of the substance or more of the solute, then it is called as a saturated solution. Sedimentation I have explained along with the decantation. Sieving is the method of separation of substance on the basis of the particle size. The larger using a sieve, the larger particles remain on the sieve while the smaller particles, they pass through the sieve and they are collected below. Then what is a solution? It is a mixture which is prepared by dissolving a substance in a liquid. The substance will be called as solute and the liquid will be called as solution. Threshing and winnowing I have already explained. So this was all about the chapter. I have explained it to you. I hope you all have understood the chapter properly. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. In the next part, we will discuss the question answers of this chapter. Till then, thank you students, revise the chapter and study well.